Aha. Good evening. Welcome to another session of the tutorial we've been on since all these days. This is another session of HTML. Here we'll be talking about tables in HTML. Before in the past, people normally use HTML for lots of things. That was when CSS was not fully in this thing in existence. Then people use HTML, table to create a layout, to create the layout of a page. It was so messy then that they were limited to a very small amount of stuff. So I should let you know that if you want to use table, be very careful before you choose to use them. If you've actually used this thing, if you actually used what's the name? Excel, and you've used Google Microsoft Word, you find out that Excel is contains sheets which contains cells, and that cells are in form of rows and columns, whereas the Word is just a list of blank pages, though you can include tables if you want. Now you just consider, why do I select Microsoft Excel over Microsoft Word in some aspects? This is what some questions you have to ask yourself. Sometimes you might want it to be in a very tabular form and be able to perform some things on it. So you have to be that is why you consider if table is actually needed for what you're doing. So back to the implementation before we keep running out of time with this little explanation. Now here is HTML table. If you want to declare table, you declare an opening tag of table and a closing tag. Let me give that's on it. So inside the table you must have an header. I must have footer, though footer sometimes is not considered. People don't normally put footer, but you see some that does. What we need to do here, we want to create a table header, and we have to write it like table head like this. Normally a table head, normally you see some tables whereby we only have table rows. Then you continue seeing them like this. TD. What this one does is that it creates rows, like a 1 row, 2 row, 3 rows. So let's put table data here for you to see here as well. You can see it's just going on a row. So what we need to do here is to first of all create table header. To do that, you can use table row like this, table header, th, like serial number, name, so here we need table header. You have table header here as well, birth date, or date of birth, anyone you want. So all these ones are inside table rows. For any table in a Excel document, let me open one, because Libre Office Calc. If you look here, something, this one I just highlighted, like this, these are the rows. This is a row, this is another row, this is row 1, row 2, row 3, row 4, up to the last row, and here is column 1. From all the cells that run from top to bottom are called columns, like this. Sometimes you might want to merge 3 cells together, something like this. Let us simulate something here before we continue with that. We have serial number, we have name, we have birth date, we have allowance, we have housing, we have transport, food, we have let's say we have salary, we have nets, and we have tax, we have a net, so here is what we want to do. I want this one to be the heading for these three. Can you hear me?
Yes.
So I want this particular allowance to be the heading for the 3 of these. All I need to do here is to merge. I'll merge it, and you can see this one and this row, they are now the heading like this. So what do I need to do? Let me merge this one like this. Is there a shortcut? I don't know if there's a shortcut here. I will merge. Okay, sorry, I can't merge that. I will merge like this. I will merge, and I will merge. So then you can continue having your at DBC, Kolapo. Oh, sorry. Ctrl X, Ctrl V. 1. Birth date 20. 07 2023. So as you continue to fill this stuff, if you want to merge some cells as well. So that is not why we are here. That is just like an explanation. So let's try to simulate what you have here. Name, birthday. Okay, say no name, birth date. Name, birth date. You have allowance. Maybe before we create that, you can just create a table like name, serial number, birth date, just a list of people like that. So what we do here is to close this table row, but mind you, in order to separate things and make your browser know which one is which, so there's a tag you need to use here, which is table header, table head, like this, and you close it. You can see that the text has also changed to something really bold. If I should put this like this, this is saved. So the function of table head is to give you an insight that this one is head. So to get the table body, t body, you have t rows as well. I have to create a row like this one here. This is a row, but here we don't have them. We have to create them ourselves. I have one cell number. Oh, sorry. Table data. Here you use table data. This is TD 1. What's going on? Please don't mind me. My usual behavior when I'm tired. I'm very sorry. It's just important that I have to take this class. That's why. For like receive cards. Birth date, which is under TD. And birth date 20 June 2023. Like this. Now if you look at this, let's just duplicate this one. Richard 19. So this is our table. Let me create a brief CSS to add border to that. So I'll say table header table style table that's my phone, sorry. A minute please. Yeah, border we have let's say 1 pixel solid 000. Have the table data inside TD like this. The we need for the T row TR, we don't need it, so all you need is this. You can see that there are some things there. table 100%. So for the table data, for the TD, for the cells, which is the cell, this cell, I want it to have padding. I want it to have a spacing around it. Like for this one, I see that it doesn't have a breathing space to the left, top and bottom. So I'll have padding here, padding for all. This padding, just one padding means all. I'll have let's say we have 7 pixel. You can see it has spaced out. If I have 15, you can see. So let's leave it this way. So I'll just make it 10. I think it's here. There's one thing we also use, border collapse. Border collapse. Collapse. Let me quickly check this. A minute, please. Border collapse. So for the cells, you can see that the cells are separate and they have their cells. You can easily distinguish one from the other. Like this one stopped here, this one stopped here, this one stopped here. It shouldn't be so. We want those cells to have a common boundary. Ctrl X. Let's put it here. Can you see?
Yes.
So you can see that the heading does not have column. Like the lines are different. Where do you think what do you think is missing there? There's no line, there's no straight vertical line here. You know, the very first thing I said, I wanted my cells, which is my cells to have border, and which is this one. What is housing the border? And each cells, which is TD. So I added a border to this one, which is TD. For the table, for the entire table, I want border for them. I also added table. This one miss this element comma, this element comma, this element, all these elements. I want you to add this and to it, this particular CSS. So what do you think is missing to add this vertical stuff, this vertical line to separate?
Because it's not called. It's not called out TH.
TH. Topo, do you agree with this, Mr. Tokpe? Do you agree with this? Is he here?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm here.
Do you agree with him?
Yeah, I think that's why. I think I did not come English. See, that's why. Like that.
So we are gonna put TH, which is actually correct. So that is for a table.
Oh, please, I want to ask a question.
Okay, please
Oh,
do.
since you already called out table, or like that, I see no reason to call out TH TD.
Mm-hmm.
I was expecting the table to cover all the column, including the header. Yeah.
See what is going
Now,
on.
what's the purpose of the TD and the TH? It's like they are overriding the table.
Nothing is overridden. This one is separate. This one is an entity on its own. If you look here, let's see. Table is on its own. Table header is on its own. If you look very well, you will see that when I typed table on its own like this, we only have border around it. Can you see this?
Yeah, I can.
So and I said, okay, well, what about the element inside the, let me put a wrong stuff here so it won't affect us. Aha. And I said I also want border around each cells, which is TD. I now said comma TD, which is TD. You cannot put just something like this, table TD, something like this. Did you see what just happened?
Yeah, I can.
It means this, what this one is saying is that inside this table, inside the element called table, look for the element called CD. But if I put comma, it says apply border to this table, apply border to this one. But if I remove this one, it said apply border to the TD inside the elements table. So later you get to know more about that. So the next thing I do is to add it is the table. This one is also missing a line. You can see that it doesn't have any stuff around it. So I'll just add a th like this as well. So that's that. But in order to join all the cells together, to make them look nice, you need table collapse.
Okay.
Yeah, something like this. But the header is still not having space like others. What we now do is to add th. Sorry, th, something like this, and we are done with that.
Okay.
Ctrl B to hide that. But we don't want to stop there. Because sometimes you also have table cutting protocol. Sometimes you have table bottom and the footer. You call that one table foot. You have TR as well, TD, serial number. What? You want to say something? Please do. You still have time. You can see. Now we have that. So if you have a very long table, it will help you easily identify which one is which. So that's for that. I want to give this one more design, something that looks pretty, that looks nice. BR. I'm breaking them, but it is B. Or I can just say, let's just go into our CSS. This table, I want a space below it. Each table, I want a space below it. That is margin below. Bottom, I want 20 pixel. It's too small. I want 19. What I want to do is to add more columns to the second one for the table head. Here I want to demonstrate, I want to merge this something here, add under one, something like where is it? I want to create a heading which looks like this. You can see that here I've merged two columns together, sorry, two rows, two rows for this, two rows for this, three rows for this. What I will do now is to continue with what I'm doing. I thought, okay. Now that we have this one like this, what I need to do is to add allowance, table row, table data, sorry, tired again. Okay, yeah, I need allowance td, sorry, I dozed off the bits. Emma Binu. Here I also need another table as well. I'll say I need a table row called table data called housing. Let's say we have transports, feeding. I want all these ones to be under allowance. But why is it staying like this? It's not going under allowance. I want just allowance to cover everything. What I will now do here is to do this. I'll put column, okay, sorry, row span. I want this one to cover this one, this particular serial number. I want it to cover the cell as well. So once it covers this one, it means there's no cell here. This one has to begin on the next cell. So let's try that to see. And to do that, we use call span equals 2. I want it to show in two places. Oh, sorry, row span. I'm sorry. Row span, something like this. So we'll do that to others as well. Where is it? Oh yeah. Let me just copy this like this. Sorry, I have this bad habit. Okay, you can see, is it, are we getting it? Hello?
I'm not getting it.
You're not getting it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit confusing.
Yeah, of course it looks confusing. If you look at these ones, what did I do here? Have you used Excel before? Have you
No.
used
No. I don't use Excel. Like, I've not used it before.
Okay, if you look at this one, how many rows do you have here? How many rows? We have 2 rows. To know that this is 2 rows, we have a 1, 2, 3, which is just one cell. We also have a 1 row and this one. This is another row. It means we have 2 rows inside 1 row. That's how what's going on. Before it could be something like this. here we have the this one. You can also merge it like this. We remove the margin like this. This was exactly what was showing there before we start. Something like this. We need something like this, something that looks similar to this, but this heading I wanted to cover all this. Still, if you did not separate this one like this, like making this one, it means that if you print out this table, something like this, I don't normally use a calculator. Let's see. What else? Bonus. Sorry. I don't normally use this. So, okay. What I want to do is to merge these two together like this. I want it to become one. That is making the first row, the first column to occupy the first two rows, but it will be on just one column. I want the second one as well to be on two rows, like occupy two rows, but one column, which is this. I want the third one as well to occupy two rows inside one column. And if I look at this one, this is allowance. It serves as heading for housing, transport, and food. I can as well write this one as food allowance, transport allowance, housing allowance, transport allowance, food allowance, or now be having the allowance, housing allowance, all A allowance, B allowance, C allowance. We don't want something like that. So I want this one to be the heading. So I will turn these three columns into one, something like this. You can see same thing applies to this ones like this. I will also do it like this and merge. Are you getting it?
Yes.
You can see that is the exact stuff we want to do here. So the very first thing I did, okay, let me send it back. You can see I created two rows like this. This is a row, this is another row. Maybe?
Yes.
So after creating two rows, which is and if you look here, so you have two rows. This is a row, but this occupies two rows. But let's just assume that this is just a row. We didn't see another row. Is a row. And you now encountered one that has one row below and one row above. It means that something is wrong here. This one as well is two rows that is turned to one. It's even staying at the middle. So you should know that this particular one is two rows turned to one. So in order to do the same thing, to mimic the same thing, all I want to do is to let me just put th text. Sorry. Let's. So what I want to do is that I want this particular allowance to to be the heading, subheading for the heading for these three cells, these three things. I want it to be on top, like what we have here. So what we need to do is that I will make sure I combine this row 1 and row 2 together. And if you look at this, what is it covering? Row 1 and row 2, abi? It means it is spanning across some things. So it is spanning this. If it's spanning down, like you made two rows to become one, that is called row spanning. And in order to do that, I'll just put row span like this 2. I will do the same thing to all. Is that clear now?
Yeah, it's getting clear. I think we watch the video, so
So if you check the second one as well, we want to merge these two together again as well. It's because you have not been using Excel. That's why. So here, so I want to add something like this: date of birth. I want it to be big, and for this allowance, I want it to cover allowance, housing, transport, and feeding. So what I'll do there is to now tell this one that seal, I want you to cover column 1, column 2, column 3. What I will now do is to come here inside the table row, the table H. I want you to cover column span, that is 0. That is how many do you want to cover? 1, 2, 3. You want to cover 3, something like this. You can see that we now have it completed. But does this still look sensible? This tax has to come down. It has to occupy 2 spaces like these ones. So what I'll do there is to put row span tax. So what I will now do here is to add. Okay, I don't know. I am not okay. Can you see the errors I'm making?
yes.
Yes.
Don't be annoyed. If I'm tired, I will just be dozing off.
Sorry.
So you can see that the heading is now okay like this. So what we now do is to cover the rest. So for this, let's complete it. 1, 2. Oh, sorry, not there. So in the table body, I want table data like this. Can you see what is going on?
Yes.
So that's it. Does it make sense?
Yes.
So sometimes you might want to merge like 2 tables. Okay, let us create another one. You might want to merge 3 like this. This one, all this row like this. You want to merge them together. What you need to do in that case is to let's use this. I will collapse this and copy. Something like this. Where is it? Names, category. I'll just put no, okay. I'll put department. I'll put names. Age. And for this particular one, I want, let's see, computer. Here we have computer science. Yeah. Let me compare TD to this. What? Who's that? Just disturbing me. Who is that? Who is that? But this one has extended outside. Who is going inside? Coming out again. Now that we have something like this. Where is this department coming from? What's the serial number? Departments. What we need to do now is that I want all these ones to become one. Like all these ones, you know, like I have computer science, computer science, computer science. Probably we may have something like this again. So probably I will want to have like computer science. I just want just one computer science like this, something like this. I have just one to cover. So do you think this is appropriate like this, leaving this one empty? Like you think this one has covered for all this? Do you think it's appropriate?
No.
Hmm?
No.
Look, in order to solve that problem, what we do is that I want this one to cover how many rows? To cover this one, the first one, second one, third one. That is called row span. It is spanning row, spanning across row. And where is that particular column? It is this one. All I'll do is that I'll span the row. That is row span. How many rows? 3. You can see. So you need to delete all these rows, this single rows, because they don't have any importance there. Same thing you will do here as well. Here, then you delete this. Can you see? Can you see it now? Hello.
Hi.
Can you see that now?
Yeah, I can.
So, which of these do you not understand?
Actually, I understand.
We have the table, we have the border used, we have the CSS used on table, we have row span, we have column span, we have also talked about the different cells, what is meant by cells, why do we collapse them, how do we collapse, what we mean by table header, what we mean by table footer. The reason for using all those table header and table footer is to let your browser know which one is actually which one. So it will be able, browser will be able to pass this properly, rather than using like div. Then you will now apply complex CSS to it. It used to be very tough. So this is the best way for you to handle items that looks like table. So do you understand the span?
Yes.
Hmm?
Yes. I've got that part.
I'll give you assignments. You can work on any one you like any complicated table that includes span, and then just make it and just do anything you like. I will drop you another cell as well, a picture, or should I make it text if you will be able to understand it?
Matty, right?
Hmm?
Oh, I don't get. You said you want to drop something.
I said I will give you an assignment
All right.
to with a complex span. Sometimes
Okay.
maybe like a four, like this four match to become
Okay.
one. Sometimes it will be two, or just make it random and check if you can work on it. But before that,
Okay.
make sure you work on table span. Sorry, yeah, table span and how to create table.
Okay.
Yeah. So here with this we'll call it a day. I will not go
Uh,
back tables again because this is all about table. Though we still have CSS which can be applied. For example, on some tables you can easily type on it, like the way search bar. Once you press A, everything that is with A will be shown and the rest will be hidden. Hello?
Right.
What did I say?
okay.
I didn't like. I can't hear what you said last. You said each or something.
Hmm?
Talk about A or something like. I didn't hear that last part.
See, let's forget about the last statement. Probably jargon. See, I will not, even if we still have more time, I will not continue because I've reached my limit for today. I've been awake since 3 a.m.
Yeah.
Wow.
and I've been doing that for about 2 weeks now. I will sleep around 11 and I'll wake around 3, and it's becoming too much of me. So we'll call it today now. let me
Alright.
finish the record.